I'm Michael Force here again. Welcome to Base Lesson 1 here. We're going to show you how to set up your personal and your business and make sure it's prepared, develop your goals, get you a solid business plan out of the gate so you really know what to look for when it comes to building this business. It's incredibly important to make sure that you have a solid foundation to work from and make sure you have proper accounting, make sure you have proper goals set up, whether it be the first month, third month, 6th month, 12th month, and beyond. Make sure that you're in profit, you have proper cash flow all the way through the board. So I'm going to show you how to do all that here in this lesson. So let's dig in and jump into Base. Lesson 1. I'll see you there. Hello, Michael Force here. Welcome to Lesson 1 of the Base Business Mastery course here. We're going to talk about how to set up your personal preparation and develop your goals when it comes to building your business. So let's jump into it here. Now, welcome to the first lesson here. Today's an exciting day for you. You have just turned to make the choice of being incredible over average. You took the first step in having more time for the things you like with the people you love. Before we get started, I recommend you buy yourself a couple 3-ring binders, some paper and dividers, and for all the 12 or half a dozen lessons or so that we're going to have here. Throughout this lesson, I'll ask you to physically write down some stuff, and this will provide you a place to keep those things. Secondly, start a folder on the computer called Digital Altitude Base, the Digital Business Mastery course. And then I want you to create 12 folders within it. And here you can store each one of these lessons of digital content here. So let's get started. When we think about entrepreneurs, we picture lemonade stands, candy shops, creating, all these kind of little things that from when we were kids. Now, as if they were born with some magic mentality to make things from nothing. In my experience, though, entrepreneurship is less about knowing what to do than how to think. It's the sole difference that separates the dreamers from the doers. But let me tell you this, not all entrepreneurs were born starters. Many of them acquire the skills needed to turn dreams into a profitable reality. While the current education system promotes the complete opposite, entrepreneurship is something that you can actually learn. Now, this lesson will likely be the most critical prerequisite to your entire success here at Digital Altitude and whatever it is you decide to do in the future. Luckily, you've made some real progress here. You've surpassed what most of the entrepreneurs consider difficult barriers, the fear to start. But the next hurdle will be understanding how to start. There's 2 things that I want you to remember as we move forward. Number 1 is you don't have to start a business overnight. Take your time. There's a reason this course is over the next 6 modules, and then also our additional courses can take you months to complete. Starting a strong business will require lots of hours, planning, and patience. Number 2, consistency and moderation are more important than you think. Oftentimes, entrepreneurs bite way more off than they can chew, hoping they'll quickly learn how to chew it. But more times than not, they really choke and die. Instead, let's focus on a big quote here, the elephant quote, and is to eat it one bite at a time. Over the last few years, I've had literally hundreds of people asking me to help them develop their business ideas. They want to know what makes their ideas strong or weak, how to narrow down their ideas to a minimal viable product or their most valuable product, and how you can really know if your ideas are worth pursuing. So let's start with some insights. Approximately 145,000 new businesses start each year in this country. About 137,000 of them declare bankruptcy within 365 days. How does that make you feel? Every one of those business owners thought they had a great idea, which is not to say their businesses failed because their idea was poor. We see good ideas fail all the time. Statistics show more than 45% of businesses' failure is connected to a lack of personal leadership, and that's where we're going to begin our lesson today. Leadership can mean different things to different people, but here's how I define leadership. Leadership is a mindset of total personal accountability for the results and outcomes produced without fault, blame, guilt, or a manner of finger-pointing, especially when results are bad. It's about conveying vision, transferring passion, and maintaining healthy relationships with anyone who is supporting you on your journey. Entrepreneurship requires extreme levels of maturity. It requires us to develop a process, a place in between every opportunity is a decision we make. For me, it looks something like this. Between every opportunity that comes my way, I place a series of questions. My process between them. Will this opportunity strengthen my relationship with my wife and my children? Second, will this opportunity support my current business life cycle and not destruct or distract from my other business courses? And last one, will this opportunity make me happier, healthier, and a stronger leader? And then only then will I make a decision. If I can't answer yes to all three of these questions, I don't do it. So what is your process? Do you even have one? Here's your first task. List the 3 questions that will define your process for making important personal and business decisions. On this journey, you're going to face hard times. You'll face resistance. You'll face criticism. You'll face failure. You'll take it hit after hit after hit, and you'll learn tough lessons. But you know what? You'll keep trying. Remember, similar to Thomas Edison's quote, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Entrepreneurship is the same. Ideas are done a dozen, but what really makes a status successful is how well they can manage their mind. You'll likely experience self-doubt sneaking up in your thoughts. Your confidence may be shaken. Your experience might have a scar. A limiting belief can hold you back, or fear makes its way back in, or stress or depression, fatigue, frustrations. To start, I want to help you and your mind get focused on why you started this journey in the first place. Here's your second task. Write on a piece of paper or a wall or wherever the 3 reasons why you're starting this venture, and then put it somewhere where you're going to see it every single day. Title it, Why I'm Starting X. Your list might include more time with your kids, the freedom to travel, to live in London, to change the food industry, to fight disease, to become debt-free, to be in control of your time, to have more fun. The key is to dig deep into the real drivers of your passion. Next, I want you to put a similar sheet of paper directly below it and title it, What Happens If I Give Up? This list might say, I have to go back to work. I have to hire a babysitter. Children wouldn't be cured from diseases. We can't move to London. My spouse would have to go back to work. Someone else would succeed with my idea and I would lose control of my time. Lastly, if your important position allows it, I want you to take a photo of these papers and make a formal announcement on social media. I want you to share your heart. Ask your friends and family to support and encourage you on your journey. It might look like something like this. Dear friend and family, it's been my dream to start my own business. Recently, I desired to have more freedom to spend time with family and to create a career that I love. I've listed a few reasons why I started this journey and also the consequences if I give up. Will you join me in keeping me accountable to see this out? I need all the help I can get. Thanks for your support. It may feel awkward or even corny, but it's not. It's your declaration that you're forging a new path and nothing is going to stop you. And when those fears creep in, you go back there. When someone says it won't work, you go back there. When you feel like you can't go any further, you go back there. But let's get to the meat of preparing your mind for this entrepreneurial journey. Here's 4 personal developing lessons that require as a new entrepreneur. Number 1, write a personal purpose statement. We're designed to work. Work provides us with 3 important things that allows us to make an income for ourselves and our family. It helps us succeed. Most importantly, it gives us satisfaction, fulfilling our purpose. The problem is many of us lack clarity here. We don't have a passion. We don't know what our hobbies really are and what we lack, but we don't really understand what our purpose is. Even most successful entrepreneurs know this. Furthermore, they can put it into exact words. They craft plans and execute strategies that keep them operating in between the fine lines of calling and their passion. It looks like this. On the left, you have fun, hobbies, passion. In between passion and calling it a purpose. You don't have all the time to dive into spirituality or psychology. Let's just focus on today's session on purpose. Here's mine. To use my talents and gifts to help people find meaning, recognize what's truly important, and love my family in ways that grow connections and trust. This task shouldn't be quick. Spend time brainstorming here. Write it out a few times. Come back to it a few days later, and then finish it. Number 2, identify your top 3 weaknesses. We're all broken and we all have issues. Many of them are rooted deep in our childhood. We might see them in our marriages and even our relationships. What works best for me, though, is to look into my past and identify patterns. What has been consistent in my life? Do you struggle holding on to long-term relationships? Do people think that you exaggerate? Are you bad with money? Do you take long time to make important decisions? Are you lazy? Are you shallow in your relationships and have fear of vulnerability? Do you give up quickly? These are deep-rooted issues that hold people back from success in business. By identifying these things, you can do two things. Number one, you can get counseling or speak to a friend to help you heal these areas of brokenness. Number two, staff your weakness. Build systems or hire. Partner with people who compensate for the areas you may not excel in. For example, here are a few of mine. Number one, I'm very harsh with people sometimes. I'm bottled. I've hurt people over with my words. Number two, I operate in false realities. Sometimes I see what I want to see instead of looking what's really going on. Number three, I'm not as good at finishing as I am starting, because I know that it's safer to communicate with people and staff through an email than it is in person. It's good for me to discuss my frustrations with a trusted advisor before even talking to a staff member. Secondly, I should give some personal permission to speak truth in my life. Someone who has no interest in me, someone who can speak reality when I don't see it. Lastly, I need to hire someone who can help me manage the details of sustaining what I started. Next, we're up to talking about vision. Number three, clarifying your vision. Webster defines vision as the ability to perceive something, not actually visible, as to a mental acuteness or keen foresight. It's broader than merely wishing for something, and it's deeper than simply wanting more. It's the ability to envision and desire a future with such clarity. You can see plainly the steps you must take there. Having clear, addictive, and motivating vision is crucial to your venture. Your ability to transfer your vision to others will become the currency of your growth. If your magic wand is getting people to join you on your journey, but remember, vision is different than purpose or mission. It's a destination. It's something you become. Your next task is to write out your vision statement. To clarify, vision is something really big. Think of 10 to 25 years out. While this is so far in the future, it should still remain attainable. For example, here's one of my buddy's visionary statements. He runs a charity. Here it is: to provide clean and safe drinking water to every person on the planet. They're now doing this at the rate of 2,700 people per day. Here's another example of mine: to help 1 million people start their businesses, spend time with their family, and experience the adventure of entrepreneurship. But let me add a clarifying point here. Use plain English. When you overcomplicate it, use big words, and vision and purpose statements sound either unattainable or unrelatable. A good test is if you can be used on a casual conversation with a friend. If it can't be used in a casual conversation with a friend, it's probably too complex. So, what do you want to accomplish by the end of your life? Does it align with your business that you're here to start? Does it align with your purpose? Spend some time thinking about this, and in the light, a doubt that they'll be needing this in the near future. Number 4, set 2 personal and 2 professional goals. For me, goals only come after vision. The vision comes after purpose, and purpose comes after dreams. Look somethings like this. Dream. I have a dream to start a coffee shop. Purpose. To use my gift to help grow community and connect to people. Vision. I like the coffee shop to be world-renowned and grow beyond a community. Goal. My goal is to win this year's Coffee Brewsters contest in Seattle. Remember, goals without dreams, purpose, and vision are weak. This reminder why you define 2 personal and professional goals. Personal goals might include to run a half marathon, to read 12 books this year, to spend more time with your kids, to take a full week vacation, or become debt-free. Professional goals might include to hire a personal assistant, to make an extra $1,000 a month, to get 1,000 Facebook fans, or to double traffic to your blog. There's a process to successful goal setting. First, goals should typically be able to be attained within 1 year. Second, there's a specific structure required for setting goals. Here's what I do. Get out a piece of paper and write out the word goal. I want you to accomplish X. Then below that, write a colon, by this day. Then put below that, reason I want to do this is because I'm getting this following benefit. And below that, write how. I need to do X times weekly to accomplish this, being 1 hour a day or $50 a week, so on and so forth. Finally, put the last thing, the resource. I need my friends, mentors, partners, spouse to help me or introduce me or keep me accountable to this so that I can accomplish my goal. Over the next few days, write down your goals and place them in your DEA binder. They might be asking, what about developing my business idea? Isn't that what I signed up to learn how to do? As I said earlier, good ideas are common. What's uncommon are people who are disciplined enough to bring them about. There are clear strategies for succeeding an idea. Their elements and characteristics are strong and weak ideas. At the core, ideas are the beginning to all success, freedom, and fortune. Here's a list of 5 questions that can help determine if your idea is right for you. Number 1, are you starting in your own niche? The easiest way to truly know if an idea is any good is if the customer, for example, if you want to start a new bunny company and you have 3 small children, or it's likely you'll know pretty quick if the idea or product you're creating is any good. As you learn when you build a company or product, you are forced to make thousands of decisions along the way. Consequently, if you're building something in an area that you're not familiar with or solving some other customer's problems, those decisions are just stabs in the dark. When you solve your own problems, that solution comes quickly and the product is better for it. Most importantly, the scratch approach allows to intimately know your product. You know the problem and the value of its solution deep in your bones. And if you're going to be working on this for the rest of your life, it's better to be something that you actually care about. Number 2, will you really enjoy doing this? I once heard a friend say, you really love something if you forget to eat or, poop while you're doing it. As funny as it may sound, there's a whole lot of truth there. Will working on this idea feel more like fun than work? Will it bring you closer to your personal goals? Does it fit your decision-making process we spoke about earlier? Will you ever get tired? These are questions you should be asking yourself every day. Number 3, can you copy and improve it? Many of us believe entrepreneurship as predicted geniuses. They're actually not. Jim Collins, in his book Right by Choice, proves the best companies in the world are led by leaders who look for empirical validation, proof, examples, and combined with this, their instincts. This means it is the best entrepreneurs in the world copy instead of create. You heard that right. When you're trailing in the number 2 spot, you get a unique vantage point. You get to see what has worked, what has failed for your competition. You get to see what they've won and what's working for them now. My point is, don't reinvent the wheel. You should ask yourself, who can I copy, glean from, and take notes that will save you hundreds of hours of wasting time and money. For example, that's what we're doing here at Digital Altitude. You're riding behind me as I shower the secrets and the blind spots and the hard lessons I've learned so that you don't have to. It's shortcuts like this that puts entrepreneurs in the front of success. How much money can this really make? Number 4, not starting a business can be financially poor. The problem with passion is its ability to blind the other ideas of discernment. We forget about hard questions like, how much is this really going to make per month? What margins are feasible? What costs are associated with the business? Most importantly, how many hours will it take for me to create my desired income? I've seen too many dreamers in my career types start companies that have little potential for scale. They end up with a company, all the stress and all the pressures, all the responsibilities, and a salary less than they could get if they just worked for someone else. Spend some time this month thinking about the financial side of your business. We'll cover this more in detail in our next lesson. Lastly, number 5, can it be systemized? All successful people have understood one thing: multiplication. A business owner with 50 employees is really one person times 50 equals 50. People pushing the same mission of the first one. A system is a multiplier. A schedule act is a multiplier. A partner is a multiplier. I know too many people who own their own company and call themselves entrepreneurs, but they're not. They're merchants. They're freelancers. They create themselves a job, not a company. An entrepreneur builds a system. They find ways to scale profitability instead of treating their time for dollars. It reminds me of one of my favorite quotes. Any business where the system clocks out at 5 p.m. and goes home for the night is not a business at all. This means if you have a service business, how can you turn it into a product? The big question is, how can you make money in your sleep? What can you systematize? Who can you pay $2,000 per month that will make you $10,000 back? These are the questions I want you to start thinking about right now. Remember, as Dwight Eisenhower once said, leadership is the art of getting someone else to do something you want done because he wants to do it. All right, so this concludes our lesson here. Here's what we've learned. You don't have to start your business overnight. We talked about consistency. Moderation is really important, more important than you think. We learned what it means to be an entrepreneur and leader. We learned to put process between opportunities and important decisions. We also learned the questions to ask to determine how strong our business ideas really are. So we have a couple of tasks. Number one is to go buy a 3-ring binder and start a folder in your computer for all the Digital Altitude materials in BASE. Number 2 is to create your 3-question process to place between opportunities and decision. Number 3, write down the 3 reasons why you're starting the business and the 3 consequences if you fail. Number 4, post the announcement of your dream on social media. Number 5, write your personal purpose and vision statements. Number 6, define your top 3 weaknesses. Number 7, set 2 personal and professional goals. Lastly, think about the critical questions regarding your idea. Next, to finish this lesson, you'll want to read the module PDF pack below. Then complete your study guide, and then this shouldn't take longer than 60 to 90 minutes. Last, pick up a copy of the recommended reading. Get an audiobook or print, then try to finish it before you move on to the next lesson. You'll hear me say this often. There is a unique season in your life. You're likely to work harder in these upcoming months than you ever have before, and that's okay. Remember, don't get too busy making a living that you forget to make a life, and I'll see you in the next lesson.